Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you all so much for tuning into the Yvonne Luttrell's podcast. I am the host, Yvonne Luttrell. With me, as always, is my fabulous co-host, SC, and we will be interviewing Darryl Carr. Today, for our Thoughtful Tuesday show, we will be interviewing him in about 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Nancy, can you hear me?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm laughing. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks for asking. The weather in Florida is amazing. Baby, it's the bomb. It's so nice and breezy. So, yes, I'm great. I'm great. And today is the 20th. It's been one whole year since I've had a hysterectomy. One whole year since I've been just out here with no panties on. No panties. No panties. No panties. Mm-hmm. I'm out here just feeling good and oh my gosh, no cramps, no bleeding, no cycle. Oh my gosh, just happy. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. And what about you, Essie?
So what type of celebration do you do with that?
What do you mean?
You're telling us it's been a year. So how do you celebrate?
By wearing no panties.
Oh, okay.
By wearing no panties. No panties.
I thought you were doing that before the history.
I walk around breathing. Well, yeah, but now, but I'm just saying now, like, I don't have to wear them, like, ever. I mean, it all depends. Like, if I have somewhere to go important. But I'm just walking around here without any cramping, without any spotting.
Breathing.
Yes.
Free.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing. Yes, I'm free. Amazing.
Anyhow, in other news,
the kitty cat is fresh, but in other news, meow, the kitty, meow, meow, meow. So, yeah.
I hear you.
So, yeah, what's going on?
Well, Yvonne will be on a dating show soon. Probably Kendra G or her own dating show. Trying to get that kitty away.
What? I'm lost of words. Guys, I can't even get it out what I'm trying to say. We're just going to ignore everything that he said. But speaking of the dating show, I know you guys have been hearing this, and oh my gosh, trust me, guys, it's coming. I was asking SC if he wanted to just go ahead and do a trial show, like it's February. Oh, maybe in March. And the thing is, okay, so I just want to say something to all of the listeners. First of all, thank you guys for supporting us. It's like, I know we say things like, hey, we're doing this and we're doing that. And I said this before. It's not that we're not doing it. It's just we're working on so many things right now. Just so many things that we're working on. So for the dating show, like, we were just really trying to figure out how we're going to do it. Maybe we may have 3 3 females, 3 males at a time, ask them some questions. That's the only thing with that. We're just trying to come to an agreement with how we're going to do that. But yeah, so just stay tuned. It's probably going to be in March. But yeah, so in other news, Essie, what's going on besides you over there being greedy?
Nothing. You know me.
Mhm.
I've just been focusing and getting these interviews done. You know, I think I'm in season 3, going into season 4 of my show.
Mhm.
Getting these interviews together and the website and everything. You know, it's a lot of work.
Okay, and your show is supposed to be releasing in April, correct? Is that April or March?
Yeah, but I might release it earlier than that.
Okay.
Only because I'm getting a lot of requests for it. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people that have come on to my show and did an interview, they've been pumping it out, telling everybody. So I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Right.
A lot of the stuff that's going to be on my show is like a master class.
Okay.
Information that these authors and these people in the movie industry explain,
Mhm.
I got a couple of people that got some movies, like the young lady that wrote. Did you see what is that? Please on Tubi?
And what is it called?
Called Please.
No.
When you get a chance, look at that movie.
Please?
It's called Please. I had Brenda Hampton on my show yesterday.
Okay.
And, I had Brianna Cole on there as well. She wrote The Marriage Path, and she got another movie out up there. But Brenda Hampton, she's written a lot. She wrote Paper Hearts and a couple of other ones, 2 Tears in a Bucket. And she is killing it right now. She's killing the game. I'm trying to get Nelson J. Davis on my show. He's Mr. Tubi, him and Jamal Whittle. Those are Mr. Tubi's. He's out in, I want to say he's in Cali. No, he's not in Cali right now. I can't remember where he's at. But he's filming a movie now, The Life of a Bull. Remember when Lucas Stone came on the show and he was talking about how people would pay him to have sex with their wife? That's what a bull is.
Oh,
so wow. So they're coming out with a movie called The Life of a Bull. People are paying him to have sex with their wives and shit.
Okay, and and the one, so The Marriage Pass, she's supposed to be coming on to this show as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I need to check out The Marriage Pass.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'll try to do that sometime, maybe this week.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Okay.
Nice plot twist, nice story told.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote the book, and then they turned it into a screenplay.
Okay.
And it was filmed. I think she said it was filmed in Canada. But I ain't gonna give up too much of what we talked about on the show.
Right. Okay.
Because she gave up a lot. We did an hour interview. Brenda Hampton, Marcus Massey, a lot of these people, they have prominent positions on Tubi as far as distribution and everything. So they came on my show and gave a master class and broke some things down.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm super excited as well.
Sure you are. Sure you are.
Essie, can you look at your text message and just reply to me? I just asked you a question.
Yes.
Okay, that's a yes for that?
Yes.
Okay, you didn't say so. Okay, all right, well, I'll take care of that. Okay, so let's see. Uh, Anything in the news that you want to discuss?
All these trifling ass women now.
Mm, sounds like somebody is
Nah, I know I've been
angry.
sending you some stuff. Oh, nah, never that. Never that.
I don't know. Sounds kind of angry.
Never that. That, did you see the video with a young lady? The guy asked her out on a date, and when she was coming to the car, she opened up the door and said, "Yo, you got $250 for the babysitter?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, so you asked me out on a date. My babysitter's $250. You gonna pay my babysitter fee?" So he was like, "Yo, you didn't have that squared away before I came to pick you up. Like if I paid $250, he said I got it, but if I pay the $250, that's gonna take away from." She said, "Yo, you trying to take me out? I feel that you should pay for the babysitter." What
Mm-mm.
are your thoughts, Yvonne? Being of the female species, what is your thought?
And this was the first time that they were going out,
Hmm.
and two hundred
But
and
she
fifty
said
dollars.
because
Mm-hmm.
she
Go
said
ahead.
because he asked her out, that she should have to pay.
That's not his responsibility.
Exactly. That's my thoughts on it. Because she could have said, "Hey, listen, right now I'm in a situation I can't because I would have to get a babysitter, this, that, and the third." That
Right.
was what she should have responded with. Not, "Oh, can you do this and do that?" And there was another one, Shake Shack or Shake Shack, whatever the shack it was. This guy took this girl on a date,
Mhm.
and she said, "Look at me. Look how pretty I look." And he brings me here. And she shows the food. The food looked okay. It was finger food, you know?
Mhm.
And she was basically like, "Yo," he said, "I spent $50 for this." She said, "You spent $50 for this? You could have took me somewhere else." So he's like, "Where would you like me to take you?" So she was like, "I don't know, just something other than this, you know?"
Mhm.
And my thing is this. This whole dating situation with women is becoming real bizarre only because you want a man to put out all this money up front with the hopes or the chances of having a second date with you or the hopes or chances of you liking him. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I find that's crazy to me, yo. And the internet keeps telling y'all, "Oh, I could do bad by myself. I could do this. I need a high value man, this, that, and the third." High value man is not going to look at you, especially with those demands up front.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, and I agree 100%. I don't think a first date don't have to be $100 and $200 if for a fancy date. No. No, no way. I mean, even if you're going out for burgers and fries, you're just getting to know a person. So you don't have to do all this and do all that because after the first date, the first date can be the first and the last date. So why spend so much money on someone that you're unsure if it's going to go somewhere?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I believe that the women should bring as much to the table as the men. Like, I just agree that I agree with a lot of these men. Um
But you know what's crazy? I
mhm.
got another question for you. If you agree with a lot of these men, do you think that a man and a woman should go 50-50 in a relationship?
No, I don't.
Why?
I don't believe that it should be 50-50, but and me and you had this conversation before, and I
Hmm.
thought we had it here, but I don't believe it should be 50-50 because I do believe that the man is the head, and I just feel like a man should, a man should be more of a provider. But now, okay, now I don't care if it's 60-40. I just believe that the man should always do more. But if the woman makes more, then that's a whole different situation where a man can do more, like, hey, I'm gonna wash the cars. I'm gonna cut the grass. I'm gonna, paint the house, or, do stuff around the house. So if a woman just makes more, like, you can't help who makes more. But the man still should be doing a little bit more because he is the head.
Oh, now he's the head. I thought it was the husband, because I think we did have this conversation before, and we talked about it, and you was like, no, the husband's the head, not a boyfriend. So why should he have to give you 100% and you're not going to? So a woman rather pay 100% of everything than 50% of it? I'm lost.
Wait, I don't remember saying a husband or a boyfriend. I'm just saying the man is supposed to be the head. The man, period, is supposed to be the head of the relationship.
Now, the man is supposed to, okay, mark this date down. Because if you ever say again, when a guy says something about, oh, she should be able to do this because I'm the man and I'm the head of this and that and third. So the next time you say, oh, no, it's the husband. The Bible says the husband. This, that, and the third. I'm going to remember this day. You giggling and laughing, but why? February 20th, 2024.
Do not listen to him.
I will mark this down. Trust and believe. I will mark this down.
But see, I said that before.
Yeah, I don't remember that. You
do remember. He's lying.
I don't remember
everybody.
You saying that it was okay. Well, just know February 20th, 2024. What you said on the air. So
the man is the head.
When you do your little commercials, for this episode, make sure you use this part. The man is the head, not the husband.
The man
now,
is the head.
The man. Yeah. Right.
Well, okay, but the man is the head, and if you are dating, you should be dating where it does turn into something where it's not going to just be a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship forever, anyways.
Oh yeah, nah, I'm good on that. So next.
I'm just speaking in general. We ain't talking about you and all your craziness that you got going on.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I'll never walk that aisle again.
Mm-hmm. You already in that aisle, so.
Yeah, you crazy as hell.
Nah. Okay, but in other news, because no, you're crazy by yourself. All by yourself.
And you say so. But in other news.
Okay, wait 1 second, everyone. Okay, yeah, Essie, do you see that? I just asked you something.
You just sent me something.
Look at it. I just asked you something. Tell me, reply back to what I just asked you. And while because So while he is looking at that and responding to what I just asked him, we're going to do just a little bit of advertisement here, everyone. Okay, so for advertisement today, Dee Saunders, he is an author and he has a book out. It's called The Bait and Switch. Again, that's Dee Saunders. He have a book out on Amazon, and it's called The Bait and Switch. And who else we have here? Okay, it's tax season. For anyone that is looking to do their taxes, you guys can log on to www.taxresourcecenter.com. Again, that's www.taxresourcecenter.com. And you guys can ask for Noah And you can let Noah know that you were referred by Yvonne Luttrell's podcast. Also, for anyone that's in the Florida area, and if you are looking for a mobile notary, you guys can contact Williams and Williams in the Florida area only, Miami and Fort Lauderdale area. So not Orlando, not Tampa, Florida, but Miami, Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale. You guys can contact Williams and Williams, and their number is 954-579-9180. Again, their contact number is 954-579-9180, and you guys can let them know also that you were referred by Yvonne Luttrell's podcast as well, and you guys will get a discount on your notary service. And that I have for advertisement. And guys and dolls, don't forget our very own SC. He has his podcast that will be released as well. And SC, can you let us know that website? I don't have it in front of me.
It's www.theauthor, S is in Sam, C is in Charlie, Dickens, DICKENS.com. I have a virtual book club that if you join it, I'm going to be bringing some authors back for virtual meet and greet, because a lot of times with authors, they can't get to every location. There's a bunch of book clubs, you know, that want to get authors there and they can't get them there because of location and time restraints. You know, you can also go up there, order my merchandise. I'll put my book cover on any of the shirts. Order my books. I got a couple of books up there. You can order it paperback or ebook. Actually, the printing place that I'm using, I got to switch it. So I'm out of print right now until further notice. You know, but the podcast will also be linked to that. It'll be linked to a couple of other downloadable areas as well. So stay tuned. And be informed. I also have a ghostwriting for hire up there. If you ever wanted to write a book and you didn't know how to put it together or whatever, I'll write it for you and give you all rights to it. You know, I got different levels that you can get. You know, you can get a short story, a novelette, a novella, a full-fledged novel, or a screenplay. I can put all the paperwork together that you can get funding for your project, or you can just do it yourself. And I'll give you all the paperwork that you would need for on set. I can also help you with the music. If you need music for your thing, editor, producer, anything along the lines, and you filming it yourself, I can help you out. You know, so just go up on my website and you can see all the services that I have. And back to you, Bob.
Yeah, great. So guys and dolls, so just really stay tuned. We got, we're going to be bringing you, we're going to be bringing you guys so much entertainment this year for 2024. And just remember, if you would like to be a guest on this show, or if you have a show idea, or if you want to just advertise with us, guys and dolls, contact us at 305-204-3371. Again, you guys can send us a text, and our number is 305-204-3371. And also, if you would like to tune in live, don't forget our number here is 563-999-3548. Again, that number is 563-999-3548. Okay, so we're going to bring in our guest, and he is a author, and it's Darryl Carr, right, Essie? Darryl Carr? Okay, Carr, okay. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to get ready and bring him in. Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
What's up, man?
Good.
Hey, how's everything, Sharif? All right?
I'm good, bro. I can't complain.
That's a good thing right there.
Yeah. So,
So
Yvonne.
Go ahead.
Yes.
We're gonna. I was thinking about one day we bringing Darryl back on the show, and we have because he has his own podcast, and he has some interesting conversations that we be having, and I think we need to bring him back on the show. We got Pandora and Lucas and all of them on the show.
Okay. Are you talking about bringing him for we were supposed to have a Freaky Friday? It's rated R.
Yeah.
Is he coming for that?
Yeah. He with all the shit. Tell him, Darryl.
Yeah. I talk about a whole lot of relationship stuff. Yeah, I'm down for it or whatever like that. My show talks about relationships, current event issues, things that's going on, but it seems to be more primary relationships because it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on with that right now. So we just try to talk about that whole new man and woman dynamic that's going on, that's kind of shifting the wrong way.
Bro, listen, let me tell you something, man. We was just talking about that. I was saying about how these videos are the women. It's okay. So the dynamics of the relationship now is so twisted, right?
It's twisted bad, though. Real bad.
It's like these women want 100% of you, but they won't give 10% of them. You have to display everything up front.
Some women, and not all women.
No, but you're right. Not all women, but there's a majority now. I'm always on that 50-50 page, but we looking at right now 75-25 when it comes down to the women that's trying to get over. The dynamics change in the sense that now women want you to come up front, out of pocket right now. They figure that the more money you spend on them and the more you do for them shows exactly where you at for them. And that's not the case. But in return, they're giving you nothing. You get none in return.
Exactly.
They feel that their beauty and their time and you being with them is a privilege, and that's what you're paying for. And that's not where it's at.
Yeah.
It seems to a point now where. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It just seems like now, honestly, from a man's point, me being older now and seeing how the game is going, it makes you not want to deal with women. Not saying make you want to cross the tracks, but I'm just saying the way
exactly.
you see it, you rather it just make you feel like, let me just pay for it and get it over with and keep it moving, because that's how women are treating their bodies now. We're in a whole new thing where this whole IG thing and this whole glam look thing where girls are popping out and they feel like the more beautiful they are, men should have to pay for just being in their status with them. And a lot of dudes, I'm looking at these young boys now. It is, but if you hit them with that, they go argue to the fact and say, "Well, a man's supposed to do." It's not true. I just got into an argument with somebody earlier today. Matter of fact, my niece, who I'm having on my show next week, because of I sent her a video on something, and she said men have escaped responsibilities. And when she hit me with it, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, men are talking about the whole 50-50. But back in the day, men took their king in court and made sure this while women stayed home. Now, granted, back then was what it was, and women couldn't work. A lot of them couldn't. So men had to go out there and do what he did. But like I try to tell her, but you never saw the fathers. This dude worked 18-hour days, for real, came home, slept, ate, got back up and did it all over again. So the kids never really knew the father. They knew the father on some high and by. But it was the mother because she was home all the time. And she feels men should do that and more. But, she ain't going to listen to the show, but I'll tell her on my show. That's why she's where she at right now. Because today's time has changed where men can't, all right, you can hold down 2 jobs as a man, but you got a female who want this and that in the house and all of that. What is she contributing? All right, she cooking, she doing the bedroom games. That's cool. But at the end of the day, none of that gets the bills paid. And meanwhile, this dude is struggling and going through the motions, but you packing your money. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy though? But when you say something about it, the first thing they do is attack your manhood. You ever notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The first thing they do is they attack your manhood.
Mm-hmm. You broke, you cheat, you all of this. You ain't no real man. Because I'm not gonna lie, sitting in, I like being the age I am. You know why? Because honestly, I'm 45. It's almost a form of tricking. Your money's up, the game is right. You know what you're doing. You know what you want. So you really do get to pick. You that king sitting on the throne, and you really do get to pick and choose. So you get to trick off and buy her this and buy her that, if you want to, and then you just discard them. And that's what a lot of these dudes are doing now. So these young boys are trying to keep up with the game in the sense of giving them everything, but they're using them. OG will get used too, don't get me wrong, if you don't know what he's doing. But for the most part, these dudes, their game is so good and they're confident what it is, they go get what they get and keep it moving.
Yeah.
And these girls wind up just back in the circle.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's because we were just talking about this earlier, how they want you to give 100% up front, with the chances of them liking you or going on another date with you. And it depends on how much money you spend on her for her to feel like you care about her or you're interested.
Please.
You know?
You're right, though. You're right.
It's crazy.
You're right.
You know?
I dated a chick a while ago, and every time we went out, she had to look at the bill. Third time she did it. Third time we went out, she did it. I'm like, you paying for it? And she was like, I just wanted to see how much it was. Why? You ain't paying for it. And then the next time she did, I'm like, yo, pay for it. Yeah, okay. So when I realized that's what it is, she's counting up how much is being spent because to her, that's her worth.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes her worth.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, as a signal to a man, even signal to me, I'm not dealing with you. I see what you about.
Yeah.
But a lot of them put their cards on the table. The good thing about it, they put their cards on the table.
Yeah, that's the best part. When you know up front what it is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to, you be like, yo, listen, we too old to play these games. We too old to go ring around the rosy or whatever. Just tell me what it is. Mm-hmm. Tell me what it's going to be. You understand what I'm saying? If you ask me to do something, and that's another thing, the accountability is crazy because say if she tells you, hey, listen, I don't want you conversating with this female. I don't want you to have a friendship with this female. And you cut them off and you tell her the same thing, she'll find a way to maneuver on why she could stay in contact with that guy. You understand what I'm saying?
She will.
She'll be like, yo, but I just finished asking you to do the same. Oh, it ain't the same because I'm not cheating, this, that, and the third. That is a form of cheating. When you're having a conversation with somebody that I'm not approving of or that y'all had a thing or whatever, and I don't feel comfortable about it, it is a form of cheating. But they won't say it. They won't admit to it being cheating. They're like, I don't think that's cheating. Like,
okay, wait, hold on. Okay, wait. I have Joe on. I have Joe on. He wants to say something, but wait, before Joe, before you respond, wait, what is cheating, Essie? What did you say is cheating?
Cheating is in many forms. Cheating doesn't have to always be physical. Cheating can also be through text messages, conversations, and
I disagree.
Else.
I disagree with that. No, I disagree with that. I'm not a cheater. First of all, go ahead.
So hold up.
You are, but so
I'm not a cheater. I've never. I don't believe in cheating. But go ahead.
So
women are emotional with it, though.
Say it one more time.
Women are emotional with it. They don't realize it, though.
Exactly.
I grew up with 5 women.
Exactly.
I grew up with 5 women. That's what the new word that they saying is. That's that gaslighting shit. But women are emotional cheaters. See, a woman will steal her time for that next dude to make sure he get that time. Yeah, they may not be sexual with it, but he has a piece of her. He has a piece of her. And when I was younger, I did that. I was that dude she talked to because I knew later on I was going to creep and I was going to get that. Mm-hmm. Because you're going to just build up that time. And that's what happens. But it's emotional. Yeah. Females are emotional with cheating. See, for us, we see something, we want that. We don't gotta love it. We just like the way it looks.
I say it all depends.
Go ahead, Joe.
Joe, open.
I don't quite agree with that. I understand that if you're in a committed relationship and if that girl is talking to other people, it depends upon the intention. If she's doing it because she thinks that maybe down the line she can get laid or maybe she can replace the guy that she's with the new guy, then that can be emotional cheating. But other than that, I don't quite agree with it. But at the same time, I do agree with 98% of what the author was talking about. Women nowadays are always blaming men for their own shortcomings. And as a result, they always try to tear down a man's masculinity. If a man is aware of that, he can cut her off at the pass. He can say, excuse me, something like, excuse me, what are you talking about? And make the girl become accountable, and if she can't verbalize exactly what she's talking about in a rational way, you do not need that girl. After a few of those conversations of trying at conflict resolution, if she keeps on blaming you for stuff that you shouldn't be blamed with, it's hasta la vista, baby. Bye-bye.
There you go. There you go.
Go get on your broomstick and ride. Don't bother me.
And I love when you chime in, Joe, because okay, so my thing is this. What's the difference if a woman said, hey, listen, you was dealing with this person, you had a relationship with this person or whatever, I don't want you talking to them, and you cut them completely off, right? And then you tell her to do the same thing and she does it, and she's still talking to that person, she's still texting that person or having private conversation. So at this point in time, you don't think that that's cheating, Joe?
But why would you cut? No. Wait, but listen.
No,
this is
that's
my
a different situation. If she's telling you can't talk.
Go ahead, Joe.
I think his
what happened?
I think he's coming.
Can't hear anybody. Oh, yeah. If she's maintaining that he can't. Yeah, oh, Jesus, this is headphone. I'm going to switch headphones. This is like I was telling Yvonne, this is a brand new headphone, but it's a pain in the ass. I'm going to switch over right now.
Okay.
I'll get disconnected. We'll see. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm going to get while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk. No, because what he was saying was that if she is insisting that he can't talk to ex-girlfriends, but now she's going to do it herself, she's a hypocrite and she's cheating because she's not laying down the line for herself. Like I said, she's a hypocrite. Okay.
Right.
So she should be put in her place. You should ask her, hey, sweetie, first off, you start off nice, and he ask, well, how come you don't want me to talk to my ex-girlfriends? Do you think I'm cheating on you? If she says no, okay, then you say, well, if I'm not cheating on them, then why are you telling me that I can't talk to them? And if she gives you a whole big song and dance, but she's doing it herself, then like I said, she got something planned down the line. She is cheating because she wants to get laid or she wants to replace her present boyfriend.
Yeah. Women do it all the time. It's called bridging. What they do is they deal with a man when they have a man, and they use that as a transitional period.
Some women, not all. Some women, not
Oh
all.
my God. Oh
No.
my God.
No, oh my God, because everyone does not believe in that.
But a huge percentage, Yvonne, a huge percentage.
Okay, now that's probably true. No, Joe, that's probably true. I agree with you, but I'm just saying not all, because I don't believe in it. That's why I'm saying it. That I can say it because I don't believe in doing that.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
All these shows can be wrong. That 85% of the fathers are not the fathers. That these marriage counselors and these therapists are saying that more and more women are admitting to cheating more than men. They say that 85% of women,
women just did it differently back in the day. But I said women did it differently back in the day. But I can guarantee you this. If people was to go back 30 years and do DNA tests, a lot of their fathers ain't their fathers.
Let me tell you something.
I'm
going to tell you something even deeper than that. I'm going to tell you something deeper than that. If it wasn't for an unfaithful father, a lot of these women wouldn't even be here. Think about it.
And they wouldn't even been born, huh?
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't even be here. That was like me and Yvonne.
You know, they've done studies, and they found out that if you know, and let's say there's, I think they've done studies on households that has something like 3 kids. I know, get on that broom, baby. You know, they've had households that have kids, about 3 or 4 kids. Do you know that 1 out of every 4th kid is not the father's?
Wow.
Let me tell you something.
So you've got a household of 6. You've got at least 1 child that doesn't belong to the father.
Mm-hmm. And that's the people that participated in that study. Think about
that runs rampant.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember too, even going back further, a lot of women kept secret more. You didn't know that they cheated, but for now, a lot of these girls, the masculinity roles have changed. I'm doing a show on it, and the roles have changed in the sense that the women are more masculine now than the men. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like just the roles have really changed, and it stemmed from the old school mothers who raised children by themselves who say they didn't need a man. Now, these girls grow up in a tough factor where they feel like the only thing a man can do is spend his money. So in the other sense, they more assertive, they more boss-like, they more this, they that. Most of these females now coming up, they ain't really feminine. Now, if you go through Instagram and you find these girls and you see their pictures and you see their videos, most of them are more masculine than any one of the men on this show right now. The whole thing is weird. It's changed. It has changed. Like, no lie. A couple of years ago, I dated a chick. If you saw her right now, she's beautiful. She had it. But the moment being with me, but this is what the statistics of people say. When a female is masculine like that, when she's around a real masculine dude, she switches automatically. It's like a switch. She switches and she becomes more feminine. But when she would get upset or be in other social scenes, I would think she's packing more than me. She was just on a whole nother level. So I was like, God damn, was you really born a female?
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of them are feeling
the internet is making
a lot of them are feeling
so
the repercussions
small.
of that, though.
What happened?
They don't want.
You said repercussions?
They don't want to be like that anymore. A lot of women are saying that, there are repercussions to that, because if they start acting like that, see, what men have to do is realize a very, very few precepts. First off, women are not virtuous. We've been taught that ever since we've been about 4 or 5 years old. Women come first, girls come first. Don't hit your sister. Yeah, your sister can kick you in the balls, but that's too bad. stuff like that. We've been conditioned to be gentlemen, but there's no training for women as to how to be ladies other than to dress up and have the chair pulled out and the doors open and to have the dates paid for. Yeah. Exactly. We can't wait for them to turn around and realize that men have been making sacrifices for civilization all of our lives. We have to say, we have to make women accountable. We are the prize, okay? We, not them. We.
But
because if they don't get us, they don't get the man who protects. They don't get the man who provides.
They don't care about that. They don't care about that, bro. But you know why they're the way they are really like that? Because of us. There's no man in the home to treat that female child like a female. There's no man in that home to groom her. Yeah, you would think that it's her mother's job. But if you notice how father is with his girl, that is his baby girl. He treats her like that. He does X, Y, and Z. He schools her on the game on how it should be. But right now, the game is lacking. So you see mama say, I don't need no man. I don't need this. I got this. So she grew up with that same concept thinking that's how it is in the home, and it's not. So when she get out here in the real world, she fight that man on dominancy so much that she can't maintain a relationship. That's why the average black woman is single and alone by the time she's 48, 49. If you look at most of these black chicks, and I love my black women and I'm for them, but even I see it in my family, because they came up with that single mother concept by the time they 48, 49, they ain't got no man. If they do, the dude is coming and he's going. Mr. Charlie ain't staying long. He's just paying bills, and he's out. And then by the time she gets 60, she's Big Mama, and you never seen Big Mama with no man.
Well, they shouldn't even be paying the bills. Yeah.
No, I don't be paying the bills like that, brother. He's dropping off some money real quick because he's getting some goods.
Yeah.
That's all. And he moving.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, but it's not only black women. It's women in. It's women in general.
Nope.
It's not just black chicks.
Nope.
Black chicks.
Yes, it is.
Look, there's one major difference between black chicks and white chicks. Black chicks.
Oh, a lot.
Black chicks are very much in your face. White chicks are very passive aggressive. They will annoy you to death if you let them. But black chicks will get in your face. But what?
But a white woman will never tell you she don't need you.
Yeah.
This
so
chick,
I'm saying,
this chick will wait till you die.
The whole thing
is you die.
Well, no. What? No. White chicks will tell you that all the fucking time. They will say, I don't need a man. I'm strong and independent. I would love to actually meet a girl who is actually strong and independent. Because if she's that strong and that independent, I don't know any. You say to the girl, well, okay, if you're that strong, if you're that independent, then we can go Dutch. Oh no, I'm a princess. Then fuck you.
The only
princess.
white women that say the only white women that say they strong and they don't need you is the one that's going to divorce you because she knows she getting half. But that average white chick who her white husband is doing a 9-to-5 gig and barely making bills, she ain't leaving. She realized she need that man just as much as he need her. So she gonna wait for that dude because you know what he gonna do? He gonna make sure the insurance policy is enough to pay off that house. And she waiting. And she gonna get that money.
You know why she's leaving him? Because most men, that's exactly right. Most men, are making about 20%, 25% more than their wives. Because a wife would not marry a man who is broke. Okay? Most women. All right? So when they marry, already the financial situation is lopsided. So she will leave the guy who's doing 9 to 5 because if she feels she's young enough, beautiful enough, and more of a princess, she will go get somebody else. Now she's got the former husband's alimony, and she's got her own salary, right, from her job, and she's got a new simp to help pay the bills. So, no.
I can give you an example.
Women are divorcing because of the money, not because, okay.
They divorce him because if he got money, he divorced.
You said you can give me an example?
Okay. I can give you an example. All right, so back in the day, I was born, I'm maybe 5, 6 years old. My mother was on, I could do this shit by myself. So her sister-in-law, which was my father's brother's wife, my mother asked her, how can you put up with that man? You know, my uncle, he drank, he gambled, he did everything. She said, I'm going to put up with it until my son is old enough and he can go to school. And she did. And my uncle wound up dying and she wound up getting everything. My mother didn't put up with nothing and his wife wound up getting whatever. But she put up with that. She said she wasn't leaving. She said she had to see her son go to school. She had to make sure that they will be well taken care of. And it was. And he died out. She got everything. And she, to this day, she's living her best life. So there's so many women out here who say they
that's
don't.
making
And I get it. Yeah, if you feel you don't need a man, then you don't. But then when you get a man, there's a conflict because you've been used to being the boss for so long that you don't know how to be the assistant. So what happens? A man's supposed to be the head. The Bible defines that. The woman's supposed to be the neck. Now, if me, man, woman, we both fighting to be the head, who will win? So for a man not to put up with the arguing and this and that, you know what? You can have it. She comes into it. So you know what the man says? She run everything. She the ball. The way they do, however they do. And he wants flat. Leading who can satisfy that part of him. Man, that's normal. That's not normal. That happens. If you know you got a chick kicking your ass every day, that's eating your ass all the time for no reason, what you gonna do? You go find yourself a female that's gonna cater to your manhood, cater to your masculinity, and she's gonna accept that. Babe, you got that. You pick that. You do this. Da 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 da. I'll work with you with this, but you need that. Well, that chick is told me, no, I'm doing it. I don't need you. And then what happens? Her daughter sees that. She raised her daughter like that. Before you know it, you got a whole bunch of masculine females in a family that ain't got no man.
Oh, and there's another thing too. I forgot. You were saying that the man is taking a look at her daughter at his daughters as princesses, and that's true. Men too are perpetuating this particular myth, okay? Because they do look upon their daughters as princesses, and no man is good enough for the girl. So the girl grows up believing that she's a princess and that a man should do everything for her. Like I said before, I would love to meet a woman who is actually strong and independent, because then I would say to her, well, good, then we can go Dutch, can't we? And then if she starts changing and saying, well, I'm the princess and the guy that, the person who asked the person out should pay, and then I say, well, let's say I do that. I pay, we meet at a place, and then from then on, we go Dutch because you're strong and independent, right? Now, if she starts giving me, some heat about it, then it's hasta la vista, baby. You don't put up with it. Simple as that. You know how many videos are on YouTube now about women, good-looking women, who are talking about how they can't find a man because the men are leaving them? They don't want to be bothered with them anymore.
Because once you get that conversation, get that feel for it, you see where she at. Why mess with her? Let me tell you something. When we as young men, we didn't care about conversations. We cared about one thing, once we got it, then we listen. But when you get to be older, you seek that. I know I do, but I seek that conversation now first. And if that conversation ain't where it's at, I done had it a good many times. So you know what? I can pass this up. That's something you throw back. It's women out here, though. Don't get me wrong. There's so many women out here who want a good man so they can work with. They understand their role. How that song used to go, I know the assignment. They know. Most of them out here know the assignment. They just can't get lined up with the right dude because they run into the wrong dude that winds up playing them or using them. That's what happens. Now they become more embedded into the background. They don't want to deal with a man too much. And if a good man come along, they scrutinize him.
Yeah. Hey, I want to bring in facts on this.
But here's the thing: as you were about to say about a half an hour ago, what's the definition of a good man? I want to hear that.
I think, and this depends on the man himself. But a good man is basically one that's loyal, that's going to take care of his business, that's going to provide how he can, permitting that his woman alongside him can help him along the way. Woman's supposed to be that helpmate. That's where it's supposed to be. In order for anybody in this day and time, in this right now, you need two people to help get ahead with a situation. And I get it. Women want to be catered to and all this and all of that. I get it. But my mother says, I forget how she said that, is a messed up woman that can watch a man struggle and not help him out. You know, most men where they struggle very well when you don't know what's going on. We sit in that chair and we figure shit out. And the woman will come by and what's the matter? What's wrong with you? And you be like, I'm good. Oh, you must be talking to somebody else. No, mother, I've got stuff on my mind. I'm trying to figure out because I know you can't help me. A woman's not trying to be that helper anymore. You know, being in this game, you get to sit and see that it ain't about her. She ain't helping you.
You're right. You're right, because I tell people, is she going to the office with you? Is she going to your job? Is she going to where you work with you? She is not helping unless she's giving you true emotional support. If you come home when you're tired and she's not there trying to be there for you, you do not have a helper. And let me tell you something else. Men no longer are leaders in their households. No longer.
Do you know why?
I don't care what you say.
Do you know why?
Because a leader has people.
Hey, do you know why they're not leaders anymore?
You know what a leader is? A leader is somebody who has.
No. I know what a leader is. Like
I'm about to tell you.
No. I'm not asking
leader,
what a leader is. Let me. I'm just gonna jump in real quick.
I'm about to tell you what a leader is.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna throw something in there real quick, and then I'll.
How about you wait until I finish for a second? How about you wait until I finish for a second?
I don't think so.
Okay?
I don't think so, Joe.
I'll finish in about a minute.
All right, I've been waiting. Good. What's a leader? I'll get my dictionary out.
You don't think so? You're not the co-host. Okay.
Are you the co-host?
A leader is somebody who has people who follow them. Yvonne and co-host, do you mind if I finish up? This guy jumped in without saying anything. I'd like to finish up in about less than a minute. Okay? And then he can
that's facts. That's one of the other co-hosts on the show.
Oh, he's the other co-host? Oh, okay.
Yes, that's facts.
All right, then no problem. He can jump. Let him jump in then if he's one of the co-hosts.
Well, let me gather myself here. I'm very, very hurt and sensitive to all this. But here we go. So like the other gentleman was saying that in the Bible it says that men are supposed to lead the household. It goes man over woman, woman over child, all that sort of man in Christ, all that shit, right? But I think one of the problems is that you said men aren't leaders anymore. That's because how many godly men are there still? And on top of that, how many godly women are we choosing? So even if we are godly men and we're designed to be leaders, we're choosing these ungodly women, and it leads us to either having to fix and change them, or we just end up going down the same path constantly with these same chicks who do the same type of shit, the same type of cheating. They're all about that money, all about getting dick, all that other shit. They still want us to be traditional men. open the door, pay for the meal, all the other shit, but they're not traditional women anymore. There's no more virgins.
No, they're not.
They're all that life and fucking getting fucked up and tatted from head to toe.
Amen to that.
There are godly women that we're choosing, man. So it's not like, I think the dating pool has gotten smaller because for whatever reason, science has really taken over. Science for godly people has gotten smaller because the society is straying away from God. So we're not seeing that type of faithful woman anymore. That's all I was going to say.
No, you totally right, sir. You're definitely right.
Okay, so
you're so right.
The thing is, you don't even have to be godly. You can be I'd rather hang out and date atheists than I would the so-called Christian Bible thumping chick. Okay, because she's always going to put God and the Bible in there and try to use God as an excuse as to why she's doing what she's doing. And men will do the same thing. Now, here's what I'm saying about men are not leaders anymore. The men are not leaders because once you marry, the laws are on the side of the woman. A leader is a person like a general to the colonel to the major to the captain. A leader has people who follow them and do not give the leader flack. You follow the leader, okay? If you don't follow the leader, you have repercussions. That's not the way it is in today's households. If a man says, I want to do something, and the girl says, and in marriage, and the girl says no, then it's no, because she can take his shit. And if she doesn't divorce him, she can withhold sex, and she can give him problems, and he can't do anything. Have you ever heard of a man putting a restraining order on a woman because she won't have sex with him? No.
No.
But a girl can put a restraining order on a guy because he calls up or because he asks her out a few times or because he shows up at the same place she's at. Now she can put a restraining order on him. So a leader, if you're a leader in your household, that means the woman is following your direction. If she doesn't want to, then you're going nowhere because the law, like I said, is on her side. So you are not the leader. You're the man that pays the bills. You're the man that's out there in front where she doesn't have to do the heavy lifting. That's not supposed to be what a leader's role is. A leader's supposed to say, we have two sons, baby. I want them both to go to private school.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 1956.
But you know what, sir? Uh-huh. But you know what? The men aren't putting their foot down anymore. Today, if you go back, let's go back 40 years.
Exactly.
You had the men where they were the leaders of their home. They had that foot down for the ones who were in there. But now, because of women being so masculine the way they are now, dudes don't want to put up with it. They don't want to hear their mouth. They don't want to hear them talk. All right, you do it. Because if I let you do it, I ain't got to hear your mouth. But the backside to that is what I see, maybe what I've done, is you get yourself a woman on the side, and you deal with that, and you find your peace in that. While she up here thinking she running everything, you in the background playing. Because guess what? While she running around doing all that busy work, I'm sitting back, taking care of what I got to take to in the back. That's how most men nowadays deal with their woman. Because she's not sympathetic to the fact that, hey, wait a minute, this man is paying this man is doing that, he needs a say-so in this. No, women want to feel empowered to say that they doing X, Y, and Z. They're taking care of the kids. They're doing this. They're making decisions. All right, cool. You want to do that? There's a downfall to that. I've told women that before. If you want to do all that, there's a downfall. What's the downfall? You go see. Nobody believes it. No, these females now just feel like they have to be in control of everything. But some men messed it up because you got dudes out here that don't want to be real men. And the men that's out here, it's one of two things. You get so frustrated, you wind up just leaving, or you wind up putting hands on them. Because it's a battle for power and the seat.
But this is what I'm saying. That's true. But I'll tell you another reason why back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, why men were the leaders of the families. Because the law was also on their side. Do you know that in a lot of states, if a man rolled over and wanted to get laid, he could. She couldn't say no. Also, when the men were the leaders of the household back then, they were the sole providers, and they gave the wife an allowance, so he could put her on a leash, okay? Because if she tried to give him trouble, she didn't get the allowance. And if a woman went to court, let's say, for example, being promiscuous or or accusing a guy of rape, they investigated her background. If you remember, since around the 70s or 80s, the prosecution couldn't investigate a woman's background and bring up the fact that she was promiscuous because that was against her civil rights. The laws were different back then, and the man was in charge of the financial situation almost totally. So
and
he
had
had
a lot of
leverage. Today you don't. A single man can be a leader. A married, some abuse, not a lot of abuse. A single man today is the leader.
I'm sorry,
a married man today, if women have not evolved, women have. What do you think we're talking about? Women are saying, I'm strong and independent and don't need you. And when they hook up with the guy and they get married, do they or do they not? 80% of the, or 75 to 80% of women initiate the divorce and take half the man's shit. And if the man's a middle-class person, they will take about 30% of it. So they haven't.
So why do we as men keep?
What they've said is, I don't need you, but
then,
they need the money.
Yeah, but we keep falling for it. Then, so like what? Well,
we as men do it because we're conditioned to be gentlemen and to believe that women are virtuous. Women are not virtuous. We have to get away from that. We have to realize that women are just human beings with this.
Men ain't falling for it no more. You know why?
What?
Because now men is not falling for that okie doke no more with these females.
That's right.
We messing with them. But what happens? A lot of these chicks men ain't marrying them no more. They either getting babies, or they buying Plan Bs and they bouncing. That's what it's all about right now. And then, what the sad thing is, and this is no offense or anything, now men, the pool of men are getting thin because most men now are dating the same sex. So it's even getting thinner for the women, which making these women more and more masculine. Where they dating females now. It's so right now when I talk to so many people, man. I'm on YouTube listening to things and reading things. It's just sad about how things are going between men and women. You make it think like at some point it won't even be relations between men and women. How the division and the separation is going about, and how now there's more women dating the same sex. I know women right now, they only deal with a man when they want to feel like a woman, but when they get tired of a man, they go back to a woman. That's crazy. Because, he stressed me out, this and that. Because you don't know how to be a woman, so you wind up going back to a woman only to leave that to get comfort to be with a man. Like, it's crazy. I know so many women right now with that. It's just so bad out here, man. I don't ever think it could be fixed. And it could be, but I don't know how. Like, the men don't want to be bothered because they don't want to hear their mouth.
Well,
they
like I said.
Peace.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right. As far as
evolution is
there
concerned,
are probably hundreds of thousands.
You were talking about the 1930s and 40s as an example of if you don't get laid, you can make her fuck you, and I think we've definitely evolved past that. I don't think that using the 1930s and going back into when we could beat women with switches and giving them allowance is a good example of when men were leaders. And, you're talking about it's been 100 years almost since then. And we do evolve and change as society goes. And I think what a lot of us men are not realizing is that the game has changed, and we're not the ones that are evolving. We're still staying the same, saying shit like, oh, back in the day, this bitch would just suck my dick and shut her mouth. Things have fucking changed, man. And it could be something it could be something like we need to fucking step our game up, dude.
I didn't mean to laugh.
And there may not be something appealing about a 60-year-old man with money who's going to pay the bills and expect you to fucking, washes carpets and shit. Women don't need us financially. So what is it about us that's not appealing to these women?
You know what's not appealing to us? You know what it is. You just said it. The fact
women,
they're making their own money, they don't need us.
Yeah.
They don't look at us for anything other. Look, most women now don't want kids. They're either, for better lack of words, they either swallow your babies or get that plan B. They don't want kids. They only with us, and a majority of alpha males, they're only with us because we make them feel a certain way, or we take care of that back for the moment. But when they walk away from the situation, they get up, they really say, I don't need a man other than for that. That comfort, that feeling that they want, that they can't get from a woman. They got their own money. Most of them, they got years ago, when I was on the job, I had this chick I met, and she told me, this is what she told me. We started talking for about 7 days, and on the 7th day, she told me, she said, I got my own house, I got my own car, I got 2 kids. There's nothing you can do but fuck me. I was young. I was like, I'm with it. I can do that. That's easy. I can do all of that. That's all she wanted. She was older than me, and that's what she said, and that's what she wanted. Women are so defined now by what they have. But then the majority now, see, that was them. But the majority of women can't maintain an apartment. So if you're an established man, they come in and stay with you because guess what? You got your own apartment. So she'll play out with you. She go rock out because she need a place. They don't know how to manage money because the Instagram, the Facebook, they chasing the clout. They got to have Birkin bags and Louis and red bottoms. So they don't have no money. So at some point, they need us to just finance their stability. That's what it comes down to. It's nothing else. But if they could finance, manage, and do everything, I'm going to tell you right now, bro, as men, we would never get nothing unless we have to pay for it. They don't know how to. It's not like back in the day, my mother, grandmother, they knew how to manage their money. They knew how to ration it out. That ain't going like that no more.
Hey, do you think some of it? Do you think some of it has to do? I'm sorry. Yeah. Do you think some of it has to do with the fact because if women need a man to submit to, now that we're in the age of where most women have a career, they're very career focused. They can make their money. Mm-hmm. A lot more women are college educated over men and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Do you think because they're submitting to a man at their work, in most cases their boss, or they have a leader in their career, that they don't have room for 2 leaders, to be able to come home and follow their boss at work and come home and follow their husband or their man?
If you look at it, yeah, you got to think about it. I saw something the other day on Twitter, and this guy said that my wife is willing to listen to her boss, but when it comes down to listen and doing anything I'm saying was right. She ain't got time to listen to me. She do what she want to do. It is the truth. Women recognize, to them, they boss, that's that alpha male. That's that dude they'll do anything for and with. But that dude at home, I don't want to hear what he got to say. Fuck him.
But you know what? Also,
fuck him. Especially if he's not doing nothing.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what else, too? A lot of them will say, well, he's paying me. He's paying me for me to listen.
You're right. And see, that's why most of these women like that wind up sleeping with their boss. Because now he has a control over them. He has that control that homeboy, I forgot his name, was talking about. So the control is making sure this chick comes into work and making sure she's doing her job. So the moment she fucks up, he pull that money. And she out there again. So she go do whatever he say. But if you home, you that man, she got to listen to what you got to say. She making $100K, you making $60K. So to her dick is bigger than yours. So why should she have to listen to you? She's not.
Yeah.
And you got to really sit back and think, she really don't have to. She go listen to this dude. Matter of fact, there was a movie Tyler Perry did, and I forget oh my God, I hate to forget things. But it was a movie Tyler Perry did, and homeboy, his wife, was messing around with her boss. And he was just around.
Yeah, I remember the movie.
And, yeah, it'll come to me as I keep talking about it. And Mr. Cartwright, that was his name, Mr. Cartwright. And she said Mr. Cartwright funded this. Mr. Cartwright funded that. And he thought that his son, her husband thought that his son was his son, but Mr. Cartwright's son. the whole time.
Yeah.
But whenever she did something wrong, when he had her in the office and she did something wrong, he sat back in his chair with his leg crossed and he said, "Today you fucked up. What can I do, Mr. Cartwright, to make it up? Meet me over here, so-and-so, so-and-so." So that's ultimate. That's that ultimate power that we as men at home really there's a lot of men that exhibit that power, but a lot of these females, they feel like they don't want to be controlled, like you're controlling them, but they're not listening to what you got to say. And if I feel like as a man you're not listening to what I got to say, it's time for me to make a fucking move because I don't need nobody on my shit. It's one thing to say, "Hey, drink this poison." And it's another thing to say, "Hey, do me a favor. I need you to start putting away $100 every week because we got X, Y, and Z to be done." And if you sit here and tell me, "Oh, you got trying to control my money," when I told you I need you to put it away wherever you put it away at because we got this going on. If you can't do that, that shows me where you at. And if you will fight me on something that's going to better the situation, I don't need you. And these women, they so conditioned that they used to running things. They got all these kids, they got whatever. So, yeah, you used to telling all these kids, do this, do that. I had a girl one time, she was older, but she tried talking to me like I was one of her sons. I said, "Excuse me, I ain't your son. So when you talk to me, you're going to change how you speak. I'm not your son, I'm your man." And she caught herself. All right. No, once I said that, you got to check them in the beginning. Because if you let this shit slide and you do 2 months with them, 3 months with them, you fucked. Because now she's already in a comfortable state where, I can speak to him how I want to, when I want to. You got one time, and the second time you fuck up, I'm going to pull your coattail. That's how you got to reestablish your dominance or your leadership. Because some men, we look let it go. That's my baby. She just fucking playing. No. You let a baby keep smacking you. They're going to smack you until they get grown.
I agree with.
I think I'm talking
most
too much.
Of that. No, you're good, man. No, we're all listening. I agree with that. I think that I noticed that when you're saying, "Hey, baby, here's $100 a week or whatever. Put this aside, stash the money, whatever." I think there's a lot of shit that she wants you to take care of, like, in her mind is like, why can't you just fucking put the $100 a week away? Like, why do I have to be your accountant necessarily? Yeah, even though you're making it or whatever. That when, like, as a man, going from like a kid in my 20s to I'm about 40 now, and I'm more financially established and all that other shit. I don't need anything. And once I really got in that, once I really got in that spot though, where I handle everything, she started like falling in place into her own natural kind of femininity, or I didn't have to ask her to do shit. She just kind of knew what she had to do and she did it, that sort of thing. But I think if we ask her to do things outside, and I get we should be able to ask for help and favors. Hey, I need you here, I need you there. But I really think as far as like financials and shit like that's concerned, we have to have all that shit taken care of and to allow her the space to kind of be a woman, and do what she does naturally.
You're supposed to give them that space to be a woman, and let them feel comfortable in themselves. You just like you being that leader. This may sound crazy and nobody get upset, but you supposed to be her guard, not the guard above, but you're supposed to be that guard, that leader, pouring into her for her to see. If you lead by the example, it's not so much sometimes telling a woman what to do, but it's sometimes making those command decisions at the time they need to be made for her to sit there and say, like, damn, all right. And some women, when they see you make those command decisions, especially if they're not used to a man making that, they will fall in line with it. You just have to be in those situations where she sees that it's battle mode time and what you're doing. And if you can live up to what you're putting out, that's where you gain that respect. But there's so many men out here right now that ain't trying to pit up with that. Some women, some men that's raised, some women that's raised single, raised boys single-handedly, they coddle to their sons. And by coddling to their sons, these boys grow up to be men, and they think that a woman's supposed to take care of them that way, and that becomes fucked up. my mom she was rough. I didn't get no type of coddle, no nothing. You know, when my mom's kept her foot square there in my ass. So, but she showed me that, okay, yeah, she took care of things, but when it came time, when she had her man, she let that dude do what he do within lines and reason. And if he crossed out of that, then, you know, then she came around and did what she had to do. Just like any queen should do to her king. But I got to see some of that, but I got to see how she maneuvered, how she handled it. But she never coddled me. My sisters, none of us. You know what I'm saying? She said, life is going to fuck you up. Get up. I remember one time I fell. I hit my head. I was bleeding. My mom looked at it. She put the thing on it and held it. She said, hold it. You're going to be good. We're going to get this right. Got me to the hospital, got me stitches, whatever like that. But never sat there and babied me. And a lot of these women, they baby their sons to a fucked up degree. Like,
yeah,
I watched
they treat them like they're their boyfriends.
What happened?
They treat them like they're boyfriends. You could want your girl to go into the kitchen and make you something to eat, right? But she won't, right? But if her son comes or whatever, and he's sick or whatever, she'll jump right up in the kitchen and go fix everything for him. You understand what I'm saying? And you be like, damn, you know, I don't get that same treatment. You know, they treat them like that's their boyfriend. I'm telling you, man,
they do.
I've seen it. I've seen it. And then when you say something about it, oh, why are you jealous of my kid? And this, that, and the third. And,
he's my child.
Because you and his father. Yeah, exactly. But you know what's funny, though? Studies are showing, and then I'm going to wrap it up with this one. Studies are showing more and more that all these women put their kids first, and as soon as their kids are aged to leave the house, they never think about their parents ever again. That's why in some countries you have to take care of your parents because they realize that that's what's happening. The parents put their kids on this pedestal, and as they move out the house, they don't. The only time they speak to their parents is when they need something, when they need some money, or they need some help. Other than that, they don't call their parents for nothing. You don't hear
you
from them.
1,000% right. And
you have
and my mother said,
like, "Hey, you all right?" Yeah, go ahead.
My mother told me, she said, you got to get your shit together because you're going to have your family, and I want to live my life. And I have seen so many kids, so many parents or mothers, cause not even man and woman, mothers, do all this for the kids. As soon as their daughter or their son get a woman or man, they out. They come by, they check on you every once in a blue if you're lucky, and they keep it moving. Meanwhile, you dedicated your whole life to them. You put them before men and all of that. And most of the time, your relationship broke up because of your kids. I know a female who, if her kids didn't like the man she was talking to, he never came back. He could be like, hello, oh, Ma, I don't like him. Look how he came in here and said all of that. I know some women that if the vibe wasn't right, if she felt like it wasn't connecting and you wasn't paying her kids no mind, you were out. And you didn't even do nothing.
Well, they'll tell you, when the kid gets older, they be like, I always thought you hated them. Like, no, I didn't hate him. He wasn't my child. And you would look at how I disciplined him as if I hated him. But at the same time, you didn't look at the same discipline I was giving my own kids that you had by me. You're only looking at him because he's not my child. So I get it. Trust me. I get that.
That's why, bro, for most of the women I dated, they all had kids, and during the early years with it, I played father too, and then as I got older, I realized it's too much. It's too much. Like women pick too. I get they're your kids. I get I'm not their father, and I ain't say I want to be their father. I never push myself on anybody with that. But they hold their kids' value and whatever high up there. Now I can see if the father, the stepfather or whatever was doing something to the kids. Yeah, you have that right. They have that right to say, yo, what the fuck you doing? But if you're just on the strength of, oh, you're not spending enough time with my kid. Oh, you don't talk to him when I think you talk to him. You don't plan things. You don't do this. Whoa. And I don't think this is going to work because you're supposed to have a certain bond with my kids. My last man had a certain type of bond with my kids. And I've always said, well, where is he at? oh, well, we're not together no more, so he's in the win. Yeah, he has so much of a fucking bond that he's not here. And he's not here right now, because if he had a great bond, then y'all would still be the fuck together. It just, bro, honestly, bro, even talking, even doing it on my show, I have to take breaks from it because it makes your head hurt. Because, bro, when you, just being involved with anybody, bro, fucking drives you crazy. Especially if they ain't got their shit together, bro. I'm not perfect. But it just seems like you gotta, it's an interrogation you have to go through because you gotta wean this chick out. You gotta really vet these chicks. But the good thing is these chicks these days, they'll tell you, oh yeah, well, you go buy me that Birkin bag I saw the other day? Chick, I only been knowing you for 3 days. Yeah, but I'm saying, you say you really like, what the fuck? Come on. Oh, I need my cell phone bill paid, so your cell phone bill paid. What was you doing before me? No, I'm just saying I'm short now, but if you want to make sure you stay in contact with me, you got to pay it. Then let it go disconnect. Like, oh my God. Meanwhile, at least the only good thing about it, bro, you be like, okay, you could go. Because they didn't put their cards out there. But they think, hey, I got this fat ass. I got these big this. I got this. I look like you ain't going nowhere. Okay. I done had 50 of you back in the day. You can go. When you young, sexy, like you need it. Oh my God, you running through everything. When you get older as a man, yeah, you want it, but it's who you with. If she ain't nothing, it ain't worth it.
Yeah. Well, listen, gentlemen, I enjoyed it. I love this camaraderie. Because I know I'm not the only one that's going through this, and I support every man that's going through this. But we got to come to the end of the show. Darryl, I appreciate you. Facts, I appreciate you as always, my brother. And
yes,
Joe,
sir.
appreciate you too, man, for coming in on the show.
All right,
thanks for having me.
Thank you for having me again, brother. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man.
All right.
All right, everybody, that does it for us. And stay tuned for our next episode. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
At Holy Cross Health, you can get the quality, compassionate care you and your family deserve ASAP. Holy Cross Health offers several convenient ways to access remarkable primary, specialty, and same-day care online for new and existing patients. You can also schedule mammograms and lab appointments online. Visit www.holycrossasap.com to get the medical care you need quickly. That's holycrossasap.com.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.